Welcome to Pennsylvania in Focus. I'm Kristen Smith, Pennsylvania editor for the Center Square. Joining me today is the Center Square's Pennsylvania reporter, Anthony Hennon. Keeping dirt bikes and ATVs off of city streets has been a big problem in Pennsylvania for several years now, so much so that the state passed a law recently to help manage this situation. But as it turns out, there's been some unintended consequences that have actually hurt the situation, especially in Philadelphia. Isn't that right, Anthony?
Yes. I mean, the good news here is that there's now a statewide law covering this problem of illegal dirt bikes and ATVs on city streets. However, the problem is it's created some headaches for some localities. So in Philadelphia already had a law before the statewide law passed. However, the statewide law has lower penalties than Philadelphia's law does. So some Philly area representatives want to see that changed. Representative Ed Neilson is proposing a bill that would essentially exempt Philly from the state law and allow Philly to reimpose these harsher penalties. When we're looking at the state law, the first offense for driving a dirt bike on the road is a $50 to $200 fine and a forfeiture of the bike. In Philadelphia, that was a $2,000 fine along with forfeiture. So it's a much lower penalty now in Philly. And when I was speaking with Neilson, he pointed out that the police have made it quite clear that a lower fine did not deter. So Neilson's kind of out here trying to strike a balance between having a state law, but also giving some more flexibility to different localities and cities.
Do they have any sense of whether these lowered fees, do we have any data as far as these higher fees actually made the problem better? We had fewer arrests, or is it too soon to tell? Because I know that this law is fairly recent from the state.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little hard to draw out some big conclusions on here, simply because that was passed last year. But I think it's fairly clear that these fines were, punishment for violating the law flagrantly like this. When we're looking at some recent data since 2020, Philly police have seized more than 1,100 ATVs and dirt bikes, and they've destroyed almost 1,000 of them. There's some wiggle room in the law that you could keep the bikes and use them for official purposes. But a lot of this is simply, there's a lot of these instances happening where you get a few dirt bikes going down the road late at night or around a major area for people walking about. Other times you'll get dozens, if not hundreds, of people going together. And sometimes they'll stay in Philly. Other times they'll cross lines going into Montgomery County or otherwise. So, it's a lingering issue. And we've had multiple local officials speaking out about this, complaining, and a lot of local complaints from residents, obviously, as well.
Is it a public safety issue for just pedestrians, or is this also causing more accidents in the street?
Yeah, I mean, every year it seems we see at least a few deaths coming from collisions with these dirt bikes. They weave in and out of traffic. They just blow through stoplights or stop signs. So it's definitely an issue. It seems like if you go through any local Facebook groups in Philly where they've had dirt bikes running through, you'll get people complaining about it. We're talking about how close of a call they've seen, either for pedestrians or for other drivers.
Listeners can keep up with this story and more at thecentersquare.com. For Anthony Hennon, this is Kristen Smith. Please subscribe and thanks for listening.